Listen, chasing your dreams is going to be one of the most difficult things you ever do, because you're going to have to get out of your comfort zone, and you're going to have to believe in yourself. And it's not a every couple of day thing, it's an everyday thing. So the one of the reasons, or a few of the reasons, why a lot of entrepreneurs struggle or fail to give up is because the pain and the struggle is part of the process. You have to go through it to get to the other side of success. And success is not guaranteed either. So I'm going to talk about a handful of things I went through when I created my brand, Creative Citizen. It's a clothing brand. And I had to go through some mental health battles in the first year. And I had to overcome them, because becoming an entrepreneur, it requires mental toughness. So if you're an entrepreneur, and you're going through something right now, you're going through the struggle, this video could help you out. So stay tuned. Check this out. In the first couple of months, I got burnt out. And the reason I got burnt out is because every day you wake up, you are multitasking, you're solving problems, you are worried about emails, notifications, you're looking at sales, you're looking at revenue, and there's so many distractions. And if you have a job, like I have a job, and I'm trying to scale this business, I have so many obligations that I have to take care of. And then there's the relationships, in marriage, if you have kids, all these things are always going to be pulling you away from you grinding and leveling up in your business. And most people can't take it. Most people give up. But you got to remember why you started it. You started it to build something important. You started it to help people. You started it to put out a message out. So if you're watching this video, I want you guys not to quit and not to give up. I had to really look at it from a mental health standpoint and realize that business is mental warfare. And there's two fronts. There's the internal front and there's the external front. So the internal front is all the self-doubt, the negative talk when things don't go right, when your email campaign didn't work and you wake up and you didn't get that sale, or somebody leaves a bad review. All these things you internalize and you feel like you're a failure. But truthfully, it's just learning lessons that you have to go through to make you a better person and to make you a better businessman and better entrepreneur or businesswoman. And then the external part is the competition. So whether you're selling t-shirts, you got a bakery, you got a pizza, you got competition. And some of these people, they've been doing it longer. They have more experience. They have resources. They have a team around them. And I'm a solo entrepreneur. So I'm a solopreneur, as some people say. So I got to compete against other people in my industry and other people in my area. And I got to do it on my own. I got to hold it down by myself. And you might be in that same situation. You're like, how do I make all these moves happen? How do I level up and still survive in a difficult environment? Because business, it's always changing. What technology was working 2 years ago may not be working anymore. Your state could switch up policies on you. Hey, you can't ship this, you can't make that. And you got to adjust and you got to work on the fly. So I started noticing I had instant work fatigue in the first couple of months. I had a business plan where I was going to do 3 drops in a year. So every 4 months I was going to drop some new fly shit, right? First drop was a flop. Second drop was a disaster. The third one was terrible as well. And I'm second guessing my designs. I'm second guessing my emails. I'm second guessing my website. I'm second guessing how much I'm posting. Am my post not working? Why I got followers? I'm getting attention, but no one's really rocking with it. And it's an internal battle that you're gonna have to have. It's mental warfare that you have to overcome. There's landmines that you can trip you up, but you got to stay focused. You got to stay locked in to keep believing that why you started this business, why you believe in this business, and why you building a brand is worth the while. It takes years to become successful when it comes to brand building. All right. So you got to look at the end goal and don't get caught up in the day-to-day beginning, troubles and tribulations that you go through. The second thing that really kind of held me back was the pressure I put on myself. I had told myself, hey, I'm going to sell these many shirts. I'm going to do this type of revenue, and I get the money. I'm going to invest in this. I'm going to buy this. And I start putting all this external pressure and internal pressure on myself about these numbers that I was just generating in my head. I haven't sold all these shirts. I haven't made all this money. I was new to the game, and I'm putting all this pressure. And if you got employees, they depend on you. You got family, they depend on you. So you're telling yourself you got to start this business and get it popping and become successful in a year is really unattainable. It's actually kind of delusional in a way. It's almost like, someone who is in a rookie year and they think they're going to be the best player in the league. Man, you still got to learn how to travel. You still got to learn how to, learn the game. You got to learn the playbook. It's really difficult. And so for all you entrepreneurs out there in the beginning of your journey, man, don't look at, the revenue and the money and the things you can buy with the money. Look at what you're creating. Look at why you're doing it, because that's the real value. If you believe in yourself and you work hard and you do things the right way, the money will come later on. The accolades will come later on. So don't do it just to put all this pressure on yourself to get, 1 million followers or to get a Rollie or a chain or this type of car. All those things are materialistic. Part of building a brand is building a legacy. It's building a culture. So keep that in mind when y'all putting all this pressure on yourselves to be super successful early on. All right. It's a process. You got to go through the process. You got to trust the process. The next thing, lonely chapters. There's a motto that I heard a couple years ago, and it always sticks with me. And it says, if you can't build with them, don't chill with them. This is really hits home for a lot of entrepreneurs out there, because you start to look at people from a standpoint of, are they a liability or are they an asset? And this can go with your friends, your family, whoever's in your inner circle, who you hang around the most. If you're hanging around with somebody who's always complaining, they're always negative, they're always bringing drama, there's always some toxicity to them, they're gossiping, you don't want to be around those people, because those people are liabilities. They will bring negativity into your positive world. They will bring negativity into your business, into your plans. And there are some people who will sabotage situations because your situation is better than theirs. So they may have a job they hate, but you got this business that you're rocking with and you're having fun and things are working well, and they'll sabotage it on the low and you won't even be recognizing it. So you got to start looking at people. Are they an asset or they're a liability? Now, if someone is helpful, if someone is respectful, if someone's giving you good encouragement, and someone's rooting for you and cheering you on and rocking with you, and they even buy some products for you, or they buy your service and they really don't need to, they're just showing up to show you love, that person's an asset. You want to be around more of those type of people. So it starts to get lonely the more money you make. It starts to get lonely the more dialed in you get on your business and your life, and you start taking yourself more seriously, because now it's like, yo, bro, I can't make it to this party on Saturday night. I got orders to fill. Bro, I can't make it to this birthday event when everybody's drinking and smoking and people are going to get out of control after, certain time of the night. Yo, I got to get up early. I got to hit the gym. I got to read books. I got to level up. You start to exclude those things from your life, and some people don't like it, and some people won't understand why you're doing it. But you got to look at the long-term vision of why you started a brand, why you started that business. And you're going to have to let some of those people go. You might have known them your whole life, but they're not serving you at this moment, and they're not serving your long-term agenda. So it's going to be lonely for y'all. And it's just part of the process as well. So you got to deal with it. The next part, lack of self-care. Now, there's the mental aspect and there's a physical aspect as well. Mentally, man, I had to take a break. I'm going to tell you a story. So every year, my wife and I and the doggo, we go on a camping trip. We usually go for about 4 or 5 days. We go camping. Now, the place we stay at doesn't have great cell phone reception at the campsites. Now, when you first get in there, you check in, the internet is kind of spotty, but it's doable. It's workable. But once you get to the spot and you get the cabin and the tent and the water and, the trails in the lake and stuff, there's no internet. So I'm grinding through this business. It's been about a year and I'm frustrated because, it's not popping off like I thought it was going to pop off. And now I'm realizing I'm out in nature and there's no text messages. There's no Instagram notifications. I don't need to check how many followers I got. I'm just out there, going on walks, I'm going on hikes, we're having bonfires, there's other people in the cabins next to us and we're meeting new people and we're having conversations and having a few drinks at night, and it's a good vibe and it's a good feeling. And next thing you know, like, I'm not even thinking about all the social media pressure. I'm not thinking about all the financial drama that can go on when you're running a business. I'm actually at peace. So I think if you're a business person, you're kind of feeling like you're getting burnt out and it's overwhelming, go out of town for a weekend and do something cool. Go to a museum. You don't have to go camping. You could go, go to catch a ball game, do something, switch it up. Just get out that environment. If you're stuck in an office all the time, 5 days a week, 6 days a week, man, pick a couple of days to go get some, get some good food at a restaurant. Go check out a movie. Do something. Get your mind state someplace else. And I think you can hit the reset button and kind of come back refresh. And it could be, 3 days, 4 days. It could be a week vacation. Go down to the beach, bring the kids, have a picnic, do something at the park. There's a lot of things you can do to really refuel your energy when you start to get drained. So that was one thing I really struggled with, is I was just kind of kept pushing and kept grinding and I really needed a break. And I'm so glad that camping trip came right on time, man, because when I came back, I had different ideas. I had a whole different vibe. I was ready to go. I was locked in. So that's something you guys should check out for sure. Get out of that environment, get out of that work environment, get out of that business hustle, get out of that and go do something that can refresh you. Now, the physical thing is interesting too, because I was struggling with my weight a few years ago. I was like 50, 60 pounds overweight. And there's an old saying that I used to get from my little league coach. If you look good, you feel good, you play good, right? So I had to shift my mindset to looking at business almost as like the ultimate sport, right? So if you're playing a sport, you have to train, you have to work out, you have to take care of your body, or your competition is gonna beat you. So I had to implement that into my business. I said, you know what? I got to start hitting the gym. I got to start going for walks. I got to start watching what I eat, not just eating healthy, but also tracking what I eat. And then I started losing the weight. And then I started losing the weight. I started getting more confidence. And when I started getting more confidence, it manifested in other areas of life. And there is a correlation to your mental health and your physical health being aligned. I started looking better. I started feeling better. I started having more confidence. And these things are going to all happen because business is going to be up and down. And now I look back and I said, man, I should have done this stuff years ago. I should have taken my health serious years ago. And if you're out of shape and you are overweight, don't beat yourself up, man. You got this way because it was a compound thing. Cheat meals, drinking, partying, all this bad food. It's not going to happen if you go to the gym tomorrow and work out for 5 hours. You're not going to lose all the weight magically. But if you go every day for the next 5-6 months, you'll start to see something. So take care of yourselves in this business, man. Take care of yourselves in this entrepreneurial world, because you can't go on Amazon and buy a whole new 23-year-old body and have all this energy. I'm in my 40s. I got to take care of myself because I was having issues with high blood pressure, cholesterol. All these things were really slowing me down and bogging me down. And now I just feel more energized. And I still got more work to do. I still got more time to put in the gym. It's always an improvement that we're always striving for. So take care of your health, take care of your physical health, take care of your mental health. That was something that I really think is important for you guys. Think of it as a business athlete, man. You got to get your game right. You got to get your mind right. You got to get your body right to go ball out there. All right. Last one was time management. This was a mental battle that I really, really overlooked. There's a movie called Groundhog's Day. It's with Bill Murray. And he's like, we're living the same day over and over and over again. Right. And it's kind of driving him crazy. That's what it was like when I was launching the brand. Like, I had a full-time job. I had a part-time job. So I'm working like 60 hours. Plus I'm trying to build this brand. And I got e-commerce stores. So I'm getting money and I'm grinding. But it felt like every day was like the same. I was like, I wake up. I got to, check my orders. I got to go to my job. I got to come home. I'm getting messages, customers. Hey, I didn't find this package. Can you look it up? Can you see what's going on? Hey, do you have this in this color? Do you have that in this color? This size? And so I was like, every day kind of felt like it was just the same day over and over and over again. And I realized I wasn't scheduling my day. I wasn't setting, time slots for things that I enjoyed, like reading and journaling and going for walks. I was just kind of winging it. I was just winging it every day. And I think when I didn't have the structure, it showed in other parts of my life. So I was disorganized in business and in life, and it really held me back. And so now I use a Google Calendar, and I use that religiously, and you should too, or whatever app you got on your phone. And I start looking at, what time in the day do I gotta be here? What time of the day I gotta be there? What tasks do I need to take care of, and how long do I need to take care of it? And now I just move more efficiently, and your business will move more efficiently. So these are just a handful of things that I went through when I was building my brand up. These are things I still deal with every day. It's a mental warfare out there trying to be successful. I get it, chasing your dreams, because a lot of people aren't going to see your vision. Everybody isn't going to root for you all the time. They will when you become successful, but on that climb up, they're going to front on you. And then when you make it, they can be like, oh man, I always believed in you, bro. I was always rocking with your designs. I was rocking with your merch. But in those early days, that people wasn't checking for me, and that's going to happen to a lot of people. So wherever you're at in your journey, keep believing in yourself, keep your head up, stay positive. All right, embrace the journey. If this video helped you out, man, hit the like button, throw a comment if you struggle with something, or if you got a strategy that helped you out, throw it in a comment as well. Subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe to the vibe. This your boy L Train. Stay creative, stay dangerous. Peace. We out.